Welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tuts podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Tuesday doing some podcasting in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Find us wherever you find podcasts. Look in the show notes. Do all that stuff. Buy merch. Go to our website. Vote in the polls. Become premium.
Follow
whatever.
us on Crowdcast.
Follow us on Crowdcast. Follow us on social medias. Okay, we all over the place, and people are enjoying our social media lately. I've been reposting the pictures that great Uncle Bob, the photoshops that he makes.
Yesterday, commenting on them.
Yesterday he made one for Keith Lee as Omar, like Omar coming, and I posted it, and we're having a ball on social media right now, so make sure y'all check that out. The official weapon of the show is
the phone chair.
That's correct.
I didn't think about that thing.
Yeah, you did, but you got it. And the unofficial sport,
bullet ball,
a bullet ball extreme. And now we banter. Banter time. Karen, what's going on with you over there?
Nothing much. I just got a few things.
Okay.
I know.
Just a few?
Yeah, just a few. Have you ever like moved and like stretched and heard your body pop so loud you wonder if anybody else heard it outside of you? I wonder when you like move and you're like you hear like that popping sound, you know, just from being older. I wonder, is it something that only you can hear internally, or is it just loud enough where everybody be like, damn, bitch, you old?
So I haven't had that experience yet. I don't pop yet, you know, knock on wood. Hope to keep that streak alive. But,
me too.
Wait, no. Me too. You just said you was popping.
No. You said you hope to keep that streak alive, and I'm agreeing with you. Me too. I hope you keep that streak alive too.
I'm about to say, you're not in this club.
No, I'm not in this club. I'm not in your club.
But yeah, I hope to keep that streak alive. But I know people can't hear because I remember watching a TikTok, and this woman was trying to show people like either a dance or a fitness move that she does. And all the comments was just about how loud her knees was popping. So people can hear it.
Okay. I've always wondered that, because normally when it happens to me, I'm normally by myself. So I'm like, I hear it, but I don't know, you know, if anybody else could hear it. I mean,
apparently it can be loud enough for it to be caught on video and for people to be like, fuck whatever you was just trying to show us. We want to talk about your old ass knees. And they roasted her. She reposted it too. I would have deleted that shit out of embarrassment, but she showed the world. She was embracing it.
What else the fuck you supposed to do?
Delete it and take it down and be like, I wanted to show y'all a dance move. I didn't want y'all to roast my knees in the comments, but you know, she put it in stride. Good for her.
Yes, good for her. Because I'd have been like, y'all niggas live long enough, y'all knees might pop too. So hey. Also I got some new hair, I guess you call them hairbands, because I have hairbands. But I was looking on YouTube, and I like to periodically go through like YouTube tutorials about, you know, hair and natural hair, how to take care of it and stuff like that. So I picked up tips and things like that. And one of the people suggested for people with natural hair, particularly with hair like mine, my hair is very curly. So when it comes to like put my hair in a ponytail or put my hair in like pigtails and things like that, I have to use certain types of bands. Because if I don't, my hair, since my hair is curly, my hair wraps around the bands. Like, it's like, no, bitch, we here to stay. And it's like a struggle trying to get it to like separate and cut loose. You know, it kind of will get up underneath it and between them. And it's just very, very frustrating. So I found some that I like, but the person suggested something that I never tried before. They suggested silk ones. So I found me some silk ones that are actually highly rated and really good quality. I'll keep y'all informed about it, that I'm going to start using, so that, you know, it catches my, so that, cause I use like a silk bonnet. Like I have a bonnet, but the inside of the bonnet is silk. You know, we have silk pillows and things like that. Cause I can't speak about nobody else, but child, my edge is like a super sensitive. It's like you rub them the wrong way, they're like, child, I'm going with the wind, so I have to be like really tentative to them. They're like pop and break, and it's a whole shabam, which is fine, but it's just my texture of hair just happens to be like that, and I'm aware of that, so I know my hair, and so I'm going to try to ease, and hopefully it will be a good experience. But yeah, but you don't even have to have my texture hair. Just use silk rubber bands. Your hair won't get tangled, like, cause it's silk, so it'll slip and slide his ass right on off of there. You don't have to struggle, have to cut rubber bands and all that type of shit. You probably people that have small children, it's probably the best thing, cause the last thing you want to be doing is sit here trying to get your baby's hair untangled, and they crying and hollering, stuff like that, cause they frustrated and you get frustrated and it becomes a whole fucking shadoo. So, anything to make it easier, for myself and for y'all. That's why I'm sharing my tips. And the last thing I wanted to share, shout out to Fat Kids Deals. I think they heard our conversation the other day about the steam mop. So I was looking online. It was like, yeah, we got a good old sale on the steam mop. Use this code. It's like more than half off. I was like, bitch, I'm buying it. And I retweeted them. I said, you must have been reading my mind, because we're just talking about this. So my steam mop showed up, y'all. So I'm be steam mopping this bitch up.
All right. I want to see it get used. Okay. I want to see, some steam mopping going on around here. Because we done paid for it now.
Yeah, we done paid
Shout
for
out
it.
To Fat Kid.
Shout out, yeah,
shout out.
I glad they be listening. They be reading my mind.
For my banter, I'll go through it just real quick. My iPhone arrived today, and I have to say, man, like, I know it's sure Samsung or somebody, whoever makes phones, everybody, is really brand loyal, and everybody's so fucking disrespectful to the people that don't own the type of phone that they own, which you paid for, motherfuckers. You paid for it.
Yes.
They didn't give it to you.
They did not give it to you.
Anyway, my point being, I do want to give Apple so much credit, because the reason I like their stuff is not about it being the most advanced or the cutting edge, or like I can program it myself. I don't want to do all that.
Nope.
The ability to switch over to the new phone was so easy. It was so easy. It was so easy to trade in and all that stuff. Like, it comes with like a, hey, mail your other phone back, and then you won't have to pay as much a month for your new phone. And then it also like when you log into it, it immediately when you turn it on, the other phone recognizes, like, you want to transfer everything from this phone? Yes. You start the process right there. You take a little, you put the camera, something pops up on the new phone, you put your camera on it, it's like, boom, this the phone you want everything else on? Boom. You want your phone number moved over? Boom. You want all your accounts moved over? It was crazy. There's pictures on there that I literally had just taken, because sometimes when you live in a black part of town and you go get gas and you hit that give me the receipt button.
Yes. And they'd be like, come in and see the cashier. Bitch, I don't want to see the cashier.
That shit is as reliable as James Harden in the late playoffs fourth quarter. Like, it's just, I don't know if they ever put the receipts in there. I don't know if if the receipt paper was ever in the thing when it opened up. It's just like they go to the black part of town and be like, no one needs receipts.
Right, because you go to certain part of town, the paper's always there.
Yeah, white people, they got paper privilege on the white side of town.
Yeah, you see receipts flying everywhere. They don't even want them. They print out so much.
So what the fuck? Anyway, so I've gotten used to I take a screenshot with my phone now. Sometimes I don't even hit the button. I hit the button just to see now. I don't need it. I just, I'm wasting paper, but I'm just like, it's no way it's in here. And I'm always right. So I've never wasted any paper for real, but I take a screenshot of it. And so, I took your car out and put some, put the air in the tires and got the gas and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
No problem. And so then I'm on my way home. My phone arrives. I'm doing everything. I turn the new phone. Once it gets set up, I hit the new phone. Picture already in there. The picture from the fucking gas station I took 10 minutes before.
I guess they said you pay for the cloud.
Damn, it said it didn't even upload it from the cloud. You can pick, do I want to back it up from the cloud, or do I want to pick from the actual phone I have in my hand?
So it recognizes the phone.
It just moved everything over. I think it took 7 minutes total to move all my apps started downloading.
They have streamlined that a lot compared to how it used to be.
And I think for people that shit on Apple, and I know they shit on Apple because people are talking shit to them, and now it's, you know, some who did what first type shit, and motherfuckers are, you know, it's some Middle East beef at this point.
Ain't it though? Ain't never gonna be over.
I refuse to get involved in that shit, but one of the things that happens is people denigrate Apple so much that the thing that people like about Apple is that it's so easy.
Yes, it's made for people
it's just
like
very
me.
intuitive.
It's made for people like,
you know, I used to fret over changing phones. I'm like, fuck, I gotta, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta back it up on my computer. Then I gotta undownload it from my
yes,
and there's my phone. Now I gotta call a number to get my phone to move the right phone number over. And now, someone called me, both phones is ringing. What the fuck? Oh, I left the house. It don't got data.
I remember that. It was a mess.
This was so easy, and I think that's why people fuck with Apple. We early voted today.
We did.
Very easy. It is a super low turnout year because it's an off cycle election. Every office is local for us. Like, we didn't have any like governor, senator, congressman. It's
everything is like within Mecklenburg County.
It's everybody basically within your city, like our mayor, city council, school board, and a $2.5 billion bond for schools.
Yes.
$2.5 billion with a B, motherfucker. We've never had a bond this big.
I say yes. I say yes for the roads. I say yes for the schools. Fuck it, you're gonna raise my taxes anyway. Yes.
The wild part is that only if I'm not mistaken, 1.5% of people, no, 1.4% of people are voting right now, have voted right now.
That's all?
As of yesterday.
Wow. And when me and Roger went, bitch, it was just me and him and the poll workers. The poll workers could have had a whole ass party and nobody would have known.
My vote count extra hard today, right? Because nobody's fucking using it, you know, and it's super important. So I just think it's kind of like one of those things where people aren't going to vote, but this is the times where it's important. These are your local elections. It's also where I call bullshit on the people that go, don't tell us to vote about president or not president and all this shit because we vote locally. No, you don't. The numbers say you don't. The numbers say you don't do shit unless it's a presidential election. I won't see the receipts. You can go to myballot.com. You can go look up all your elections that you voted in, and it'll tell you which years you voted, any that you missed, all this stuff. Keeps a track of it. And I guarantee you people not doing this shit because the numbers don't make sense, man. But I was happy that we voted, and these as is tradition.
These are the elections that matter. Like, I don't know why people think the president is the only one that fucking matters. The people that matter, everybody be complaining about why they banning books. Bitch, vote. This is the time to vote them motherfuckers out of office, because now is the time when nothing but school board members is running and shit like that. And something me and Roger talked about too. Actually, listen to your local news and local radio stations like NPR and things like that to talk about politics, or sign up for like your local Democratic party and kind of get in their thing, because we get like flyers and all this stuff and stuff like that. And Roger said something which I didn't even think about. He was saying that they had an article that was like, these are like Republicans that people think are Democrats because of their names.
Well, I was gonna say, but again, Karen stole my thing just now. But so I listened to our local Charlotte Talks. If you have a city and y'all have a podcast or something about your local politics, I highly suggest you listen to it. And what I found out through like some local news that I like, also support your local papers. I subscribe to the QC Nerve website. It's about the Queen City, news and stuff. It's a pretty liberal publication. I also signed up for Charlotte Observer. Anyway, all this to say, found out we have 3 people running for school board that might be secret ban the books type Republicans, and they tracked them down to like using the same PO box that Republicans use in the state elections to try to like run for governors and Congress people and stuff. These motherfuckers literally are just running, trying to sneak onto the school board. Our city is blue as fuck. We have 1 Republican city council member, period. and that motherfucker won by like less than 300 votes last time. So this is a pretty blue city. And for these motherfuckers to try to sneak their ass onto the school board, hoping you just don't pay attention, and it might happen because most people don't pay attention if they pick any of those names at all, because they haven't done any research. The things that help for us is Congressional Black Caucus sends out a flyer to us in our neighborhood. I check that one out every time. It's normally pretty much where I want to vote, who I want to vote for. But also just your local elections and stuff, so pay attention to that local information.
Yeah, if your state allows you to early vote, get your ass out there and vote, because a lot of states don't.
Lastly, it's the last day of October. It's Halloween. So you know what that means for tomorrow. Okay. It's officially All I Want for Christmas Day.
Mariah's back.
It's back tomorrow. So hope y'all
prepared.
Hope y'all ready.
She getting ready to be number one for the next 2.5 months, 3 months.
It's finna be everywhere. Every store you go to, if you go in the IHOP at a restaurant,
yeah,
any grocery
radio
store,
station you listen to,
it's on. Okay,
I'm here for it. I don't know why. I just love that song. It don't bother me.
We don't get Rick rolled. We get Mariah rolled around here.
Come on.
We know what it is. All right, let's get into some news. All right. Talk about things that are happening. The first thing I wanted to talk about is actually a little off the beaten path, but it was something that it's one of those things you can only talk about on a podcast anyway, because I think any online conversation is going to definitely get like tangled with a bunch of shit. But there's this Bridgerton actress, I think her name is Ruby Barker, and she was interviewed on a podcast, and she was talking about how she had 2 psychotic breaks. She says from the show, she's blaming Bridgerton, and she calls out Netflix and Shondaland for not offering support. I was deteriorating while filming, she says. She called out Shondaland and Netflix for failing to support her during 2 psychotic breaks that occurred in the wake of the romance series blockbuster success. Barker was a series regular during the show's first season and returned as a guest actor for season 2. She played Marina, a Featherington cousin whose scandalous pregnancy makes her the social pariah of the Regency era London. Barker said her first psychotic break occurred in 2019 after she wrapped production on Bridgerton season 1. A second one occurred in 2022. The actor said she got no support from Netflix. Not a single person from Netflix, not a single person from Shondaland, since I have had 2 psychotic breaks from that show, have ever contacted me or even emailed me to ask if I was okay or if I would benefit from any sort of aftercare or support, she said during an interview with Oxford University's Loaf podcast. Nobody. What's interesting is like she's still currently in a mental health facility, I believe, still in the hospital where she did this podcast, which is like an interesting place for the podcast to go.
Right.
But yeah, she said her mental health started declining during the filming of Bridgerton. She claimed her character's isolated nature negatively impacted her. During filming, I was deteriorating, and it was a really tormenting place for me because my character was very alienated, very ostracized on her own under these horrible circumstances. When I went into the hospital a week after shooting Bridgerton season 1, it was really covered up. It kept on the down low because the show was going to be coming out. To continue on the podcast. In the run up to the show coming out, I was just coming out from the hospital. My Instagram following was going up. I had all these engagements to do. My life was changing drastically overnight, and yet there was still no support, and there still hasn't been any support all that time. So I was really trying really, really hard to act like it was okay and that I could work and that it wasn't a problem. She alluded to her psychotic breaks in a May 2022 Instagram post. So this is 3 years after the filming of the first season.
Okay.
She disclosed she was really unwell for a long time and had been struggling since Bridgerton. She thanked Netflix at the time for saving her by casting her in Bridgerton, but now she is criticizing the streamer for not supporting her. I mean, so they should have known in 2022, you make an Instagram post thanking them for they should have known somehow. I'm in a hospital at the minute, and I'm going to be discharged soon and hopefully get to continue with my life. She told her followers at the time, I was rage-filled, angry, all this intergenerational trauma bundled up inside of me. I was carrying the weight of the world on my back. And now I'm at the point where I have a diagnosis. And I believe her, in the podcast, she goes on to say how like her father died during all this at some point. Now on the Loaf podcast, she said she had no support from studios behind Bridgerton and had to promote the show through a distressing period of her life. It's almost like I had this metaphorical, invisible gun to my head to sell this show because this show is bubbly and fun. I don't want to come out and poo-poo on that because I'll never work again. So that's the article. But so this is the thing I was thinking. Because I feel like this is kind of like the Lizzo thing, kind of thing we talk about sometimes generationally, how it manifests. I think also social media and stuff like that. It's always kind of weird to me how much people expect a workplace or a job to do for them outside of the job.
Yes. And me and you talked about this, and I guess we kind of agree. I guess kind of agree, kind of disagree. But to an extent, it's a generational thing. And also, this is the thing, all jokes aside, they sell people when it comes to the company. They sell people the lie of we're a family, you know, like they promote, like some companies, that's their thing. They actually promote that they're like, we are. And then when some real shit happen and they can't do the shit that they quote unquote claim like a real family would. And the thing is, people have different definitions of what a family is and what a family should do and the expectations of a family. People have good relationships with family. People have fucked up relationships with family. And so it's like, no, you don't have to be nasty and mean. But I think the establishment of you perform a task and I pay you for it, the end. And I think that a lot of people have these expectations where now they expect their job to be socially conscious. They expect their job to like do all these things to an extent I understand, but they expect their job to do all these things that were never placed on jobs before. Nobody had this expectation of these jobs doing these things before. And to me, I feel as though people believe it, they fall for it, and then some shit happen, and then jobs do what jobs do, protect itself. You know, and now all of a sudden they're the quote unquote bad guy for not knowing and reading your mind and all these other things.
So I think we do disagree. The problem I have with that is I didn't see where she cited any promise they broke. Like where she's like, they said they do this or they said it was a family and they're not checking on me or something like that. And I think she's still in the hospital. And I think I wonder if she's still going through some things mentally. And when your brain is going through things like depression, anxiety, all this stuff, I've dealt with it myself. I've watched other people deal with it all the time. Online is giving us a window into it. There's this kind of thing where your brain will put things on people that they didn't even ask for. You know, like we've seen the people that post like this sad post of like, you know, people talk about check on your strong friend. No one's checking on me. No one cares about me. And don't respond to this and don't say anything. And you're like, this, your brain is doing a number on you. What you're saying is incongruent. You can't at once want attention and not want attention. And I don't feel like this is a workplace that basically misled her and she expected something that the workplace basically failed to come through on. This sounds like because of, you know, working in TV and stuff, you're basically a contract hire. So it's not like a 9 to 5. You don't see these people again, You do your job, you pretty much go home and you live your life. You know, game theory's over. We might tap in through a text or something with our coworkers, but if I was in the hospital for something, I don't expect, and I wouldn't be upset. Like, I can't believe these motherfuckers didn't come to the hospital for me. I feel like this is the psychosis talking.
Yeah, and also when you also dealing with people where feelings of effects, they might not have said that, but that might be how that person feels, and because they feel that way, they put that they put this.
But
they put that unrealistic expectation.
Like, the workplace puts this out there, and I'm saying this don't feel like the workplace put this out here, and the problem is she believed the workplace. I feel like she walked into the job, or during her psychosis, her breakdown, something in her obsessed about the workplace being like, why isn't Netflix coming to save me? Because it reminds me a little bit of what we talked about with the Boston Celtics and how Nia Long was like, they didn't contact me. They didn't. So why are they embarrassing me? And it's like, because you don't fucking work here, and we're not going to allow your husband or boyfriend or father of your child, we're not going to allow him to sexually harass people at work, and we sweep it under the rug, right? Because we want to protect Nia Long's feelings, who doesn't even fucking work here. And now we've created an even worse culture of silence and secrecy around this shit, because doing right by you means whatever it takes to keep you from being embarrassed. So, like, to me, Nia Long had an unrealistic expectation of the workplace that they didn't put out there. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm wondering if I did, because I feel like if she would have said, they told me this, and then they let me down, I would 100% agree with you that, oh, this workplace overpromised and didn't deliver. I don't know that they ever even promised this.
Yeah, and also, because we had kind of talked about this before, also, for some people, they feel like things like this are private. They don't want to share. They don't want you to know. People already have, stigmas and shit that they do. They see people online. They see what they say when people say these things. So you have some people that go, no, don't call me. Don't contact me. Don't check on me. Let me handle this myself. And so it's almost like, what is the job supposed to do?
That's the other thing too, right? Because let's imagine a world where they reach out and check on you, and they are in your business. There's going to be a shit ton of people that go, this is a violation of my privacy.
Right.
I'm having a mental health thing with me and my family and my personal time. I did the job. Leave me the fuck alone. I need to deal with whatever I'm dealing with on my own. The thing of her saying, like, they basically covered it up, but how did they cover it up?
You need proof of that.
You know what I mean? Like, did they? Because she may have proof, and maybe she's just not communicating it. But, like,
agreed.
Is there an email where they told you not to talk about it? Is there, because I think this is something, especially in the age of social media, that people are taking on now. And it's not really, we haven't gotten to a place to discuss it yet. But kind of like the Lizzo thing, there's an assumption that the other people are psychic.
Yes. And that they know.
And it takes on this level because we all project that we know everything and we got every answer, and it's all fucking simple to us. Therapy and fucking check on strong friends and everything will work itself out. Nobody will commit suicide or any of this shit. And it's not true. Number one, we aren't psychic. I've worked with the wokest motherfuckers. I work with the least woke motherfuckers. And if I'm being frank, the workplace environment is just one of conflict, because you're bringing together a bunch of people that wouldn't be together otherwise if not for the job.
Right.
And the money is for that. And so, but different people have different ideas of what a workplace should be. We don't even all agree on that shit. And like I said, I've been in places where everybody read all the bell hooks, and it still was people like, fuck this motherfucker and fuck them back and fuck they, So my point being, I don't know how much of this is like from a reliable narrator, because you're still going through it.
Right.
And it feels a little bit like when you see those people that post something super personal on social media and then tell people don't respond. And you're like, this isn't your fucking journal. You just put this out into the world because the internet ain't private.
No, it's not.
No matter what settings you have, it ain't. And did you want to fight everybody today? Is that what happened? You don't want to admit it to yourself, but you woke up wanting a distraction from whatever's going on in your life, so you want to spend all day battling people in the comments, because what you asked for is not something anyone ever gets. And when they do get it, you know what they do the next post? Nobody cares about me. Y'all didn't say anything. It's that kind of thing. And I feel like she's giving that vibe to me.
Yeah, and also for a lot of people, particularly like you said, when you're in your own brain and own mind, and I've been through the process, I've been depressed and things like that. It's one of those things where it's never enough. Like whatever happens, even if they do everything that you quote unquote claim that they want, for some people it is not enough.
I know we've all seen it. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons I say you can talk about it here. I didn't even want to talk about it on social media because I posted this article. I saw people going back and forth in the comments. I don't want to talk about it there because half of these motherfuckers are like this.
Yes.
And I'm not saying it from a place of judgment. I used to be like this. I used to have these unrealistic expectations of like people to be like, they should know, even though I'm not saying things aren't okay. They should know it's not okay. They should, and I abdicated responsibility for my own okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And it takes a while to see that, I'm sure. I don't know how old this person is and what their struggles are necessarily, but like, there's a period of time where you realize, like, people say you reach 40 and you stop giving a fuck. And I don't necessarily feel like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you care about different things.
But the thing I will say is I know me. I know my baseline and I know what I want it to be. But the big thing that I learned was not that to stop giving a fuck. It's like I have to be the one to give a fuck about me.
Yes.
I can't let it. It's not up to other people to give a fuck. It's not up to me to convince them to give a fuck. Ultimately, what they eat don't make me shit. What they say shouldn't change me in that type of way. The casual things people do and say to each other. I don't need to convince everybody I'm a good person. I don't need to spend all day arguing with people.
Nope.
But one of the things when you realize you're the only one that's required to give a fuck about you, you start realizing like, well, there's not a gun to my head making me be happy in these interviews. If I don't want to do the interviews, I don't. Now, as she said, I might not work again if I do that. Well, maybe you shouldn't want to do this job if it's fucking you up this bad. If you can't handle this job, it's okay. Bossy talks about this all the time. We talk like privately sometimes, but she's like, one of the biggest things that people fucked up with mental health advocacy is trying to just say, well, people can do anything regardless of their mental health situation. And she's like, but that's not true. And it's okay. The thing you have to get to is the it's okay part. We don't need to pretend that everything is equal and the same. It's like if I know me and my therapist have talked and I know that taking a stressful job is not something I can do at this moment or possibly ever, then I just don't take the stressful job. I don't take the job and then go, it's the job's fault. No, I know I shouldn't be doing this,
Yeah.
And so that's where I come down on it is like, I don't think it's a reasonable expectation to expect these motherfuckers to come after you've done filming, which is contract work.
Yes.
This is not a 9-to-5 job. This isn't, you get health insurance through SAG. You don't get health insurance through Shondaland or Netflix. They don't employ you like an employee. We are filming for 13 weeks. You'll be here for 6 of them. You go back to your life. That's the gig. So even if you think it would be reasonable in an office setting or a 40-hour a week job, in this setting, it's almost even more unexpected because it really is like, maybe we'll get a season 2 and we'll see you again. This is not a consistent workplace of friends and family and we see you all the time in and outside the office. It's not like that. So it does make me wonder like how much of this is just expectations and how much of it is, like I said, possibly you're still going through it. And this is what sounds reasonable to you right now, but even this might not have fixed anything.
Yeah, I think it's a collaboration of a little bit of part A and a little bit of part B. And that's kind of funny. Once you kind of get that's that gray shit that don't nobody really want to talk about because, for some people, they deal with this or have dealt with this at some period in some part of their lives. And it's one of those things where, like I said, it's like a catch-22 because, from their perspective, it's like, did you express it? Did you let us know? We can't read your mind. Our job is to provide. And
honestly,
you
Karen, they reached out for a comment to Shondaland and Netflix. It would be smart for them to not say shit. there's nothing they can fucking say. They just need to eat it. You know, this like if in addition, like, because if they come out and try to explain it in a rational way of like, listen, this woman's going through something. This is not what the gig we do is. We don't even have like we don't come to the hospital. We don't commit people. Where's her friends? Where's her family? They're just gonna come off callous and cold, and everybody's gonna say fuck them. Or if they go, we fucked up, then people go, yeah, y'all should be the ones doing it. And honestly, you don't know where that line is with each person. Nope. So it really is not that simple. And there's a level where people will be like if you did this to me, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my business. What's wrong with your workplace?
Right.
You know what I mean? Different people want different shit, and it's not a psychic network over there. So I don't know. I just thought about all of this when I was watching it. And I think also with social media, she has social media. So you got people posting. Mm-hmm. She's still posting stuff right now. And so you got people leaving comments, and I'm very wary of social media because I don't see it as a support group. This ain't the same as talking to some people with a counselor and people. You're just talking to a camera. On the other side, people are eating it up as content. Right. Content. And they may or may not have your best interest in mind. They may just want to be entertained in some way. And that's a nebulous place to get what you think you want from.
Right. And it's also one of the things to where, you know, when you say this, you know, people say it, but people don't always mean it. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of times they do the opposite. When people be like, hey, dog, like some of that shit, you need to take offline. Like going to see a therapist, even if it's, you know, help talk and all that stuff. Guess what? That shit is offline. They don't record that shit, put it on TikTok and Twitter and all that shit. They don't. You actually have a conversation. I don't care if you text them or talk to them on the phone or see them in person, however it is. This is something away from everybody. And as somebody who has seen a therapist before, they'll tell you things sometimes where they be like, hey, you know what? This period of time, you might need to stay off social media. Like they'll tell you also, those things.
The other thing too here is that you like, in addition to them meddling in your business or support or whatever you think that looks like, because that varies from person to person as well. There's also just the fact that your brain is going through something. Your brain's not functioning the way it's supposed to function. It's chemical imbalance right then. And I think because most of us are still on this mindset of mental health equals like a accountability shield. That's how we see it. It's not anyone's fault. We've really been taught that. It's the reason that we go not guilty by reason of insanity, right? It's a shield. The consequences of your actions should not count if your mental health is struggling or off or whatever, right? Unless we don't like you.
Unless we don't like you, right?
If we don't like you and we don't like what you did.
You can't use it as an excuse
then all of a sudden we don't want to hear that, you know? Like a white supremacist shooting up 50 people doesn't actually make any fucking sense. If you think about like what it is they want to accomplish and they read their fucking manifestos. These motherfuckers are not well. We've empowered them to be unwell and armed.
And a lot of times their family will come out and be like, hey, like this person isn't well, something's wrong. Like,
but that's the point is, in that case, ain't no insanity, bitch. You did it and you knew what you was doing, you meant to do it. Fuck all that, right? And so I get it. We're trying to find justice and we're trying to find reason and all this shit. But some of this stuff is your brain making reason out of things that are unreasonable.
Right.
So your brain is like, and like I said, I've seen it so many times. I feel bad, but I don't even reach out to certain folks because I'm like, they can't be reached right now. I know where their brain is. When people pull the nobody cares about me, I'm like, whatever's happening to them, I know that is a call for please give me some attention. But a lot of times that's not the call for I need to get some help.
Yes.
And even when other people try to get them help, a lot of times they're not ready to receive it yet.
And they'll reject your
Their
help.
brain is like, no, I just wanted your phone call. I just wanted your DM. I don't want all this motherfucking I need to change my life shit. I don't want all this My brain is rejecting this whole like
accountability
therapy,
yes.
or I need to like check myself in, and it's sad as fuck because it's like you want to be able to reach them, but you can't. And whatever it is not going to be received in the way you intended it for it to be received.
Agreed.
And that's with friends.
With friends.
Work, man, I'm telling you, it made me think about it because I think on this surface, it's easy to just go, yep, she's right. They let her down. Because we love, that's another thing. Most of us are on social media and stuff are angry. Most of y'all are angry because you're lonely. And you'll have to do 27 levels of therapy to get to that. But you're lonely, so you're angry, so you're always looking for something to be mad at. That's why we come here, we make fun, we talk a little deeper about things, but that's why you have like your gender wars and you know your accounts
it's
that just
a distraction.
Your accounts that just pull up random videos of people like fighting each other or somebody doing something racist or something that generally doesn't affect you, the person where you are in life. You should be fine,
right?
But it's the reason you share a Stephen A clip when he says something patently ridiculous and not the one where you're like, I kind of agree with that, right? Like, we need to be angry. Here's the log on the fire, is the anger. So I think a lot of people will take this headline and go, yep, they failed or fuck them. They're the bad guy, she the good guy. That's as simple as it is, which is something I learned in Conflict is Not Abuse about Sarah Schulman. Is just that is such a simple way of looking at shit that is almost always wrong. Not that it's always wrong, but it's almost always wrong because nothing's that fucking simple. There are very few motherfuckers that are just, yep, I did everything right, they did everything wrong. Nothing, no need to look into anything else here. But
it's rare that that's the case.
Yeah, yes. But it does kind of give the person like especially in this, attention economy, it gives them you're the hero situation. So
yeah, because everybody wants to be the hero of their own story.
Yeah, you go on her Instagram, you're so brave. This is so tough. They don't understand. They did, everyone's on your side on your page.
Yeah, and shout out to Loki. The easy part is burning shit up, tearing shit down, setting everything on motherfucking fire. Like the rage, that's the easy part, because that's the shit that almost, for most people, they get angry enough, it'll naturally come out of you. The hard part is rebuilding that shit up and fixing it and repairing it and being like, okay, let me throw this out. Let me throw that out. Let me clean this. Let me renew this or whatever it may be. That's the hard part. Nobody wants to do that part of the work.
Other thing is, even if, let's say, the podcast misrepresented her. Let's say the headlines in the articles about the podcast misrepresented her. Let's say that's what happened. This is another fucking reason people shouldn't be putting microphones in someone's face while they're still in the goddamn hospital.
Agreed.
Because they have to deal with the backlash of that shit too. Like, one of the things I realized, doing the job that we do, living the life that I live, is I got way more comfortable with the idea that not everybody's going to take my shit the way it's intended. And honestly, I don't have to give a fuck. And I don't mean that in an aggressive, mean way. I mean that flatly, 10 toes down, staying firm, and hey, maybe it's going to be fine. Motherfuckers ain't going to like you sometimes, and that's fine. I didn't do anything to make them not like me. They or maybe in their world I did, but I'll never understand it, and that's just going to be okay. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you have to become very comfortable in that, particularly just me and my personality and the way I am. I know that sometimes me just being myself, it might sound crazy to other people, is intimidating to people. And so a lot of times people just don't like you just for existing, just because you make them feel a certain way, or just because you bring out their insecurities.
Well, for
and they
me,
don't know how to
I'm saying
it.
We give our opinions.
Yes.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one on the earth that can give an opinion on everything every day and somebody don't disagree.
That's true. Yes.
Like, that's the thing that the people consuming it that get upset don't realize. You're no better than me. Nope. If you had the microphone and the responsibility of the quote unquote platform and all this shit, and you need to make it entertaining, but also smart, but also in depth, but don't banter too much, but don't do this. If you fucking had to do it, you either A, would fold, and not be able to consistently do it, or fold because you can't deal with a motherfucker popping up and being like, I actually don't like what you said and I don't agree with what you said. Or you will fucking quit. Or you eventually develop a spine or whatever armor and be like, fuck it, I guess they just not gonna like some of my opinions. And I think it took me a while to develop that kind of skin, but I have it now, and it's important. And I think even if everything that she said was somehow taken out of a weird context, she has to be in the middle place where she can just accept that. That's true. It's unfortunate. That's
statement. Yes,
that's how strong, quote unquote, you're gonna have to be, because the world's never gonna wrap itself in bubble wrap.
No, it's not.
It's gonna always be like, it's gonna always be some motherfucker out there like, fuck you off of break and you never gonna know why.
You never gonna know why, bitch. Yes, child. I had somebody look me in my face and say, I don't like you. I was like, why? They said, just because. I was like, well, that's how you feel about me. And I went on about my business. I'm not fussing. I'm not fighting. There's nothing I can do.
But that's in real life. Yeah, that happened to you in person. This shit is even worse. Our brains are having this happen to us. It's happening online, but our brains are still fucking caveman brains that feel like it's happening in person. Mm-hmm. So like, people can't take that shit. Mm-mm. So like I said, I've seen like people try to like, you know, like justify or push back or fight about it. I'm not fighting anybody about it. I feel how I feel. I haven't seen anything that made me feel differently, but reading this, it just made me think about all the stuff we talk about with social media and all the stuff we talk about with being consumed and celebrity and fame and mental health. And this was a microcosm of all that. You know, obviously you wish her the best.
Yes.
And you know, I think if she really was concerned about working again, she wouldn't be talking now. So like, even then it doesn't make sense, you know, to say like, oh, I was worried about losing my job. And then, so you not no more? Because now you're literally blaming the production for your own mental health situation. That's worse than just, you know, I was selling in a few interviews.
Right?
You know, but
it's not the same.
But I feel like this is what happens when your brain is kind of doing its own thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you look back, I know for me, I can't speak for everybody, I speak for myself, but I know I look back at certain shit, Facebook posts and some memory on TikTok or Twitter or something. I'll be looking down there and be like, what the fuck was I? What? Mm-hmm. Why did I care so much about discussing this shit with this stranger? I don't give a fuck.
No, why did it mean so much, you know, to me at that time? And, you know, I think and it's just a difference in our personality. I care about things. I'm very passionate about things just like you are. You know, I will fight too, but you have a stronger fighter spirit than me. And it don't mean I won't fight. But when I do fight, all hell gonna break loose, because I'm like, the fuck is this? And I think that there's a lot of things that I would see you do, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, do. And when I said that, I just go about my business. I'm like, I don't care, don't give a fuck. I'm really easy to tap out on certain things. And or I'm not gonna lie, when things happen, I talk to Roger about it. So a lot of my feelings and expressions and the things that I have that a lot of people put online, I just turn to Roger and just verbally talk to him on the spot.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's different for every person and all that stuff. But I really, it made me just think about so many things and how people will like co-sign folks even if they're in a psychosis. It's one of the reasons I'm so fearful of social media when it comes to like expressing certain things on social media, because motherfuckers, I've seen people co-sign pretty much everything at this point.
Yes.
Even things that seem blatantly fucking destructive, people will rah people right into it and laugh at the motherfucker later. Like, oh, you quit your job, couldn't be me, you broke bitch, ha ha ha. It'd be the same person that was like hashtag solidarity, quit that job like 5 minutes ago. It's not a real place.
Yeah, and that person is devastated. And now, you know, like you said, these same people are laughing at them. So you have to be aware and alert of those things. And that's very hard to do when you're in the middle of the storm.
Yeah, but, you know, like I said, I really do wish her the best. It's just a fucked up situation. And, you know, who knows what decision she's going to have to make about the kind of job she does. What, you know, because this was like a job that's supposed to put you on.
Yes.
And if this job made you feel that way, there aren't a lot of other productions in Hollywood where you can be like, well, they're really good with taking care of people's mental health outside of the job. That just doesn't happen. And if you feel like it should happen, the entire workplace will have to reform. But I don't. The thing. So this is the Gen X taking me. The thing people got to realize is the job doesn't have to give a fuck about you, and it's never going to be different. Not in our entire lifetime. Not until we're long gone. It'll never be different because work is all they care about.
Right.
Production is all they're ever going to care about. It doesn't matter what country you live in, by the way. This isn't we like to blame capitalism for very human shit. It ain't. It's a lot of this shit is humans being fucked up and then us creating a fucked up system and acting like it's making us be fucked up.
Right.
But a lot of times it don't have to get to the level where it's a billionaire with the means of production for people to be cruel to each other. And like I said, there's countries where people are fucking communists and cruel to each other. But the point being, like, it's gonna be a callous situation. And I know that even the most liberal, well-intended people go through this shit. Because let the Time Warner cable go out. You know what I mean? Let the person that was supposed to ship that thing to you that you need, that told you, let the Amazon package be a day later than it said. Like, we don't
get that little message.
Yeah, we don't really we don't care too much. Like once it gets to us being inconvenienced, it ain't the same. One of these little entrepreneurs on Twitter that's doing I do hair care or some shit. Buy my butter, and you like, okay, cool. I'm trying to buy it. And then that motherfucker don't send the shit out for 3 weeks, and you like, hey, where the fuck is my package? And then they're like, fuck you, you bitch. I'm a fucking entrepreneur. I'm tired of you dumb brum. We don't know.
I've seen that online.
Right, but you know what you've never seen? He was having some mental health issues.
Nope.
Because we be like, I want my motherfucking butter, bitch. What's wrong with you?
Yep, I paid for it.
Like, we do not afford that shit to everybody. And I think that's the real truth of people. When it comes down to it, they just want the thing they were promised.
Yes, and your job was promised labor.
That's what the job is going to be. So I would never expect or look for a job to go beyond that. Would it be nice? Sure, I guess. But I don't think it should be an expectation of any job. And if you have a family member or loved one, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I'm advising you. You got to do for you. Don't ever expect some other motherfuckers to do for you at a job. Don't ever buy the family bullshit. Don't ever buy the we here are no the fuck we're not.
I got a family.
You know what happens with this family if my fucking check don't clear on Friday? They lost a member, motherfucker. I'm not coming back Monday. That's the real truth of it. Everything else is just fucking lies. That's why I don't trust safe space shit. I don't like none of that. Like, we have a safe space at this podcast conference. No, you don't, because people can't be safe. Inherently, you know why safe space comes up? Think about what it means. Something fucked up happened, and then we'll know how to handle it correctly. And it's already happened. So the space ain't safe.
No, it is not.
You know what I mean? Like, I got punched in the face in your space. Well, it's a safe space, so we'll get the ice and put it on your eye. I already got punched,
Right.
All right, let's move on to something else, guys. Okay, let's do some fear mongering. It's Halloween, Karen.
Yes, it is.
And you know what that means, okay?
What that mean?
The kids are getting candy, and we got to warn them.
Your kids may look like popular candy. Treats collected by your kids may look like popular candy, but they could contain marijuana. News 12's crime reporter Krista McNally takes a look at what you can do to keep your kids safe.
Stop it
There's always
right
something to be
now.
concerned about.
Shit is too expensive. I'm not putting ain't nobody putting they drugs they pay for outside for kids to pick up.
Right.
This is stupid.
All right.
Absolutely ridiculous. Get out of here. We are adults and this is ridiculous.
Stop it right now. This is stupid. This is absolutely ridiculous. Get out of here. We are adults and this is ridiculous. Cut the crap.
Right. I don't know why they do this bullshit. Who is doing this?
Nobody.
Right. Y'all making shit up. to cause parents to go into panic mode. They poor kids can't even do Halloween no more because they be like, we ain't doing Halloween.
And it's always the police that be telling. They be doing the press conference we got reports and rumors of people putting razor blades with cocaine and AIDS on them in the suckers this year. So, bring the candy to the police station. We'll scan it for you. I'm like, you just lonely. You stealing kids' candy. We know what's up. Oh, unfortunately for you, all the Three Musketeer king size bars have razors in them. We just gonna keep that here. So, scoot along. The candy corners for you, look boy. Go on. You can have all the black jelly beans. Those didn't have anything in them. Oh, this licorice and this taffy, keep that too. There's no cocaine on that. But I'm gonna have to get these M&Ms, player. Okay, look like fentanyl to me. Okay.
Especially like being a parent.
Like many parents, Greg Moreno from Massapequa Park will be checking his children's candy to make sure no tricks end up in their treats this Halloween.
Our boys, they're 12 and 8, and we go.
So wait, are the parents the ones doing it? See, I thought it was the police, but is this how y'all steal y'all kids' candy? Is this what the conspiracy is? Is this why this shit won't go away no matter how old we get?
Right.
The next generation of old people who aren't allowed to trick or treat but do have kids.
But they've been trick or treating for years. Ain't nobody ever gave them no drugs. They ain't never found no razor blade in their candy.
But maybe that's it. The parents. Oh my gosh! Listen. I'm coming up with this conspiracy on the fly, but it's starting to make sense. The parents want to steal their kids' candy, so y'all pretend, get together with big news and the police, and you go, it's drugs in the candy. How will I ever know? I'm sorry, Junior. I gotta check all of the Milky Way bars when we get home.
But it comes wrapped up, Daddy.
I don't know.
It still got the plastic on it, Daddy.
It might be a razor blade in this Reese cup.
It's the same candy you bought yesterday. What makes it so special today?
Let me take a bite of this Reese cup. Okay, no razor blade in that one, but I'll finish it off for y'all. Let me go ahead and finish that off. And let me take a little look at these nerds. These nerds smell a little like they might got some meth in them. Let me smell
a little methy.
Delicious. I guess they okay.
Through everything they get.
This year, police are concerned edibles could make their way into candy bowls, especially because of their appealing marketing.
This is packaging right here on edibles.
The Nassau Department of Health says the number of accidental ingestion.
First of all, you motherfuckers. First of all, you get like 10 edibles for like $30 or something, like $20-something dollars.
It's expensive.
Depending on the brand, all that shit, blah, blah, blah. The point being, how fucking dare you? Okay? How dare you? You know you get Sour Patch Kids for $1. You really think if I want to make my neighborhood happy, I'm going to go spend $20 to get 10 kids high? How that make sense? How does that make any sense? It's more economic just to buy the fucking candy.
Of THC has increased 20-fold from 2017 to 2021.
That really is a staggering statistic if you consider that it's only over 5 years.
The number of hospital visits in 20...
You know what else I just realized? If you look at the packages, you can't give the kids a edible. In order for it to look like the packaging, you got to give the kids the whole bag of edibles. Like, you don't give people one Sour Patch Kid. You give them a bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Yes, nobody's giving.
No one's doing this.
That's my thing. Nobody is doing this. I do not understand.
What are you, the richest motherfucker in the world? You can just be giving away drugs like this?
2017 was 42 people. In 2021, there were 812 visits for a cannabis-related event. Police are advising people to tell their children not to eat any of their Halloween candy before they get home, and parents should check every piece.
Every kid loves sugar, right? You eat one gummy, how many person doesn't only eat one? You eat 5 or 6. The problem with THC inside a gummy, it doesn't absorb right away.
The reaction can...
You motherfucking lying ass cops. This the reason that I don't be trusting y'all police reports when y'all shoot somebody. Y'all lie about candy. I know y'all be lying about shooting people.
Nobody is giving away their drugs. I don't know who thought. Like I said, this is shit that infuriates you because you like, who?
It's just satanic panic shit. It's drug panic shit.
And be very severe to THC, according to doctors.
We are seeing serious consequences, including actual ICU admissions.
Safely savoring the sweets should be a top priority for all as the little ones trick or treat.
We trust our kids to make the right decisions, but we help them along the way.
Krista McNally, News 12 Long Island.
A big heads up for parents this Halloween. And along with checking candy, police are asking parents to join their children as they trick or treat, also to try and stick to homes of people.
Another miracle year, guys. I'm just calling the headlines tomorrow. I'm calling it for you now. Y'all can play Rod was right. Another miracle year, guys. No kids are going to fucking OD from THC tomorrow. Not from trick-or-treating.
Not from trick-or-treating.
Another year in a row with no... The story will magically go away November 1st. Yes, you would think November 1st through like November 5th every year, we'd be like, God damn, the hospitals are flooded. Kids are dying of THC overdoses.
Kids are hallucinating.
Right. And y'all know how we go if just like one white kid goes missing. If fucking 70 white kids got sick with THC poisoning tomorrow, they would burn the neighborhoods down.
Yes, they would.
Oh my God. Let's see where else we're gonna talk about. Oh, it's already been an hour. You know what? Let's get into some other segments. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There was plenty of other bullshit to talk about, but who gives a fuck about that?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing over here.
I can't see the list, y'all, so that's why I asked, just in case.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's do some white people news.
White people news. Excited to the barbecue. We might be problematic. We're a little extreme. This is really harsh on our fragile pieces. White people news.
Yeah, white people news. Okay, it's on. It's heavy. We got a lot of white people going off. Britney Spears done put a tell-all book out, getting her Jada on.
Oh, shit now.
It's her time to tell her side of the story.
Okay.
And she's blaming Justin Timberlake for everything. It's all his fault. He ruined her life. And he is so bad, he actually left to go to Mexico with his family. He left the country. I'm not joking. He said, I gotta get the fuck out of the country. He canceled some of his events he was supposed to be doing. And said, me and my wife, Jessica Biel, and our older son, Silas, we gotta get the fuck out of here, hop on a private plane, and just do white family shit, because this is out of control.
He care, because I'd have kept doing my show. The fuck I'm gonna cancel my show for? The people that come to see me, they don't care nothing about this.
She put on Instagram, my book's purpose was not to offend anyone by any means. That was me then. That is in the past. I don't like the headlines I'm reading, because it's the first time she's reading this, because a ghostwriter wrote that book. She didn't write that book. That's exactly why I quit the business 4 years ago. It's your book. Most of the book is from 20 years ago. I have moved on, and it's a beautiful, clean slate from here. I think so. This is what happens. The internet is primed to hate.
Yes.
One of the motherfuckers that they always make the time to hate is Justin Timberlake.
It is.
Now, like I said, just my opinion from the context clues I'm picking up that none of you would ever admit to, so I'm not expecting a confession from anyone. But the way it looks to me is y'all wanted to fuck Justin Timberlake at some point. This motherfucker was getting a pass. He was getting a white man pass, which was thrown in the trash when he did not fall on his sword for Janet Jackson. And ever since then, it's been fuck this white boy. And he said he went back to whiteness. He started wearing Old Navy and the Gap.
Yeah, he did that song In the Woods.
An album called Man in the Woods. He totally went back to white people.
Yes, he did.
You know, I've never blamed him the way y'all do, because I don't think I ever had great affection for this dude in that way. I like 2 of his albums. I never fucked with the boy band shit, so it wasn't my demo.
Yeah,
I never fucked with his white people music either. Wasn't my demo.
I've never listened to In the Woods and nothing past that. But child, he had some albums that was motherfucking flame. Them I still will pop some of them in today. Yes, don't care.
Anyway, my point being, I think that the anger doesn't make sense this much longer because he's one of the most milquetoast ass, never really said anything of substance or negative as just a white man. He is just a basic off the rack white dude. He happened to have curly hair and motherfuckers thought he was different. And he not. He just turned out to be like most of them. A bit disappointed. But the vitriol he gets is so emotional. It's got to be from some like boy band shit, some he got a black past shit. I don't know what happened. Yes. But something beyond just him being just a white man fucked them up. Because I can see if there was some quote. We don't even have a quote that we share. No. Of like, but remember that time? The only thing I used to share the quote of his tweet because it was so funny where he was telling somebody about being ignorant. But yeah, so
you did. You used to reply.
It was my favorite.
It was hilarious.
It was back when I used to be arguing with people on the internet. But my point being, she put this book out, and I think because Brittany don't live on the internet in the way we do. She lives on like her Instagram doing them spins, but she not of the zeitgeist.
No, she not. And I wouldn't expect her to be.
And whoever wrote her book for real decided, I know how to sell this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Shit on Justin Timberlake. People eat that shit up.
And they did.
And they did eat it up. Y'all played your part. But Brittany herself is like, I didn't intend for that. So now, because her and Justin apparently cool. Every time she shits on him, she goes back and says they made up and they cool. I know y'all don't want to hear this. He been a pretty big, good sport about it. Because, like, from his point of view, it's like, you cheated on me. I made a song about it, as is my fucking right. Mm-hmm. I didn't ruin your life. Mm-mm. We didn't have a baby together at 19 because we shouldn't have a baby together. And nothing that you've done since then is proven we should have had a baby together. Seemed like the right decision was made for both of us. So he ain't said that shit because he's a good sport about it. He gets fried and he just be quiet, and then he tries to say something like, I apologize and I move on. And y'all go, no, the fuck you don't. I'm mad and I don't have a life and I have to be mad at you for the rest of my life. That's what the group told me to do. And we all getting off on it. So this motherfucker right here, Brittany coming out being like, I didn't intend for you to be mad. That's fine. You didn't intend to hurt nobody, but that's what the fucking book does. The only way people are going to buy this book. I'm surprised how much of this is not about like, or how much of it that's been shared is not about her like dad or her family. I thought that was the bad guy. Justin didn't put her in no conservatorship.
He did not.
But we care about celebrities so much. We're like, no, we want to shit on Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, that's like, we don't care about them niggas. We don't know them.
So she said, either way, this is the last of it and shit happens. This is actually a book I didn't know needed to be written. Although some might be offended, it has given me closure of all things for a better future. Basically, Justin, just don't say nothing. I'll stop bringing it up, which that's not going to happen. It's coming up again. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I can enlighten, which is interesting too. Now that I think about it, when does somebody put a book out and don't do a book tour?
Oh, no, that shit going to be the number one. And no, she ain't got to do no tour.
I'm just saying, like, but that's normally part of putting out one of these tell-outs is you go on the morning show and they get a quote from you in person.
That's what Jada was doing.
Right. It's just interesting. I'm not saying she should be doing a book tour, but it just made me think about how manufactured I think this whole book thing is, where someone else wrote it and they're like, she ain't going to be doing no interviews because she ain't write it. You know, not saying these aren't her lived experiences, but I think somebody ghost wrote the book. It's not controversial. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, hopefully I can enlighten people who feel particularly alone, in most cases hurt or misunderstood. Again, my motive for this book was not to harp on my past experiences, which is what the press is doing. And it's dumb and silly. I have moved on since then. # the woman in me. So she tried to squash it, but it's just like Keith Lee telling y'all not to harass restaurants. It's not about you. We are an angry, petty people, and we want to pretend everything's somebody else's fault.
You know what? The more I think about it, you know what? I take it back, Justin. If I was in your position and I had the money too, I think I'd leave the country too. Why? Because you can.
Yeah. What the fuck? What I'm gonna stay here for? What I'm doing?
Yeah, because what's gonna happen? 24 to 48 hours, or as soon as the sales tank. No, none. Everybody's mad now. Not gonna give a fuck until she does something else.
And we're always willing to destroy Justin Timberlake and whatever he's doing. So it's not like a big inconvenience to anyone but him.
Right.
We love fucking his life up. Shar Jackson claims Britney Spears was aware she had a baby on the way with Kevin Federline. And this is a part of the book that you ain't seeing too many people talk about, and no one's talking about Britney's role in this, because this is the armor of we like you and mental health. So nothing you've ever done could possibly be wrong.
Right.
You can't be an asshole. You can't be a bad person, because we like you. And of course, the mental health accountability bubble. So Shar Jackson was Kevin Federline's, she's his ex. She was pregnant with their child, her and Kevin Federline. Kevin Federline was Britney's first husband.
Yeah, first husband.
And she said, basically, when Kevin met Britney, we had 3 kids and 1 on the way. We were living in a 6-bedroom house in Orange County, California. According to Page 6, they share a daughter, Corey, and Federline also helped raise 2 children from a previous relationship. One day when I had bad morning sickness, about 6 months pregnant, Kevin had an audition for a Coke commercial or something in LA. Then I didn't hear from him for 3 days. Federline and Britney reportedly met on the first night he went missing. So then he left dipped on his family. I felt angry and betrayed. I went numb. I went on autopilot. Britney's memoir, In the Woman in Me, she claimed to be clueless about Federline's relationship with Shar, as she had said she had confronted him about it when she found out. You have kids, you have children, not only 1 child, but 2 children, Spears recalled. She added that a close friend shared this information with her after they had been together for some time. However, Jackson claims Spears knew about the situation and waited at the hospital in Orange County while Federline was present for the birth of his son, Caleb. But I guess now Shar Jackson must be a lying bitch, because we have to protect Britney at all costs. So clearly this woman she's the one that's a piece of shit. That's what Free Britney has gotten us to. She's never done anything wrong. Everybody's fine except her. Everybody's bad except her. Days after Caleb was born, the Grammy winner and backup dancer reportedly got engaged. They later married in 2004 and had 2 sons. When I married Kevin, I meant it with all my heart, she wrote in her memoir. Kevin eventually became enthralled by fame and power, so their marriage crumbled, according to her. Again and again in my life, I've seen fame and money ruin people. I saw it happen with Kevin in slow motion. Jackson claims there's no bad blood between her and Kevin. I think Spears' relationship with Kevin was a fantasy for both of them. I never hated Kevin, because if you love someone, you can't hate them. So a lot of people cleaning it up in the end. Like, I'm not mad.
I'm not really mad, but I'm gonna speak out though.
I'm gonna talk shit about you and try to ruin your life. I ain't mad. But yeah, that it's just such an interesting thing, you know. They ran my girl Ray Sani off Twitter because she was like, well, Britney was kind of an asshole to Shar Jackson. Everybody's like, no, she's not. Leave her alone. I was like, oh man. Kevin Costner, 68, smiles that he shops for women's gifts alongside a female assistant after settling Christine Baumgartner divorce.
Oh,
so the divorce is finally settled.
Shit, now the bodyguard gonna be bodyguarding somebody else. Shout out to those of you that actually remember that movie.
Yep. He appeared to be in great spirits with a flashing wide smile as he was seen shopping for women's gift in Montecito County near Santa Barbara, California on Saturday with the help of a young brunette woman. They say it's an assistant, but I wonder if could he be dating this new person maybe? I don't know. She is holding the boxes, so I'm gonna say assistant. That's a good call, Daily Mail. Good call. The Yellowstone actor looked tanned and slender in his casual attire, which consisted of a gray V-neck sweater while pocketed denim white pocketed denim jeans and white and gray sneakers.
It's turned into white people news. Why?
This is white people news.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
It's like, where have I been? My bad. Okay.
we played the song and everything.
Because my brain was like, wait a minute.
White people do. Excited to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit stiff. The stuff's really hard on our fragile big. White people do.
Thank you for resetting my brain. My bad.
No problem. I got you. The longtime Hollywood favorite appeared to be shopping up a storm as he purchased several items from Jenny Kane and Wonderkind in Montecito. One of his purchases was a woman's dress. Both stores sell women's designer items, so he was shopping for some lattes.
And you can still get it apparently.
The young assistant dressed in black helped Kevin back to his car with his brown gift wrap purchases that he fitted into the trunk of his gunmetal sedan Mercedes-Benz car. I do wonder who he's shopping for. Does he have like daughters or something? You know, is he dating a new woman in his life?
You know,
is it this
cousin
assistant
or mom? You never know.
Yeah, you know, he got that divorced dad energy. Back on these streets.
Divorced dad energy.
About to turn all these ladies' pants in the water world, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Gonna be the last of the mo-fuckings out here, if you know what I'm saying.
No!
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Don't see Robin what's under the hood. You know. All right, I'm done.
The hell wrong with you?
He's trying to see the pink stones. You know.
Oh shit! Now.
All right. Taylor Swift reaches billionaire status with her Eras World Tour.
Go ahead, Tay-Tay.
Mm-hmm. She officially built a $1 billion empire following the major success of the Eras Tour this year.
Mm-hmm.
Her net worth reached over $1.1 billion with the help of her 146-date worldwide tour.
Yeah, child, all summer. I mean, other people's touring, but it was literally every week it was her and Beyonce all 2023 for months on end. Like them two was like actually touring, adding new dates to their tour, and her movie just released too. And so you know, I'm pretty sure that's extra money on top of that because that shit sold like gangbusters. Yeah,
it's interesting too because her tour cost $4.3 billion for the country's GDP. Like the fact that her and Beyonce toured during the same year, I mean, that's probably what saved the Biden economy. No one's been talking about it, but that's my belief.
I believe that too.
That's a bunch of people's student loans right there.
Right, and then you have some people that went to both concerts. Some people, you know, you have people with.
I'm not gonna say no names, Reggie. Some people went to both concerts.
So, looking at you,
I ain't putting nobody on blast.
Okay.
And
the thing is, y'all think, because y'all think, and depending on where it was, some of them went to the same towns, you know. But you know, Tay-Tay didn't come to Charlotte. I don't know why. I don't know what she got against the Carolina Panthers Stadium, but she was like, "Nah, I'm not coming to Charlotte." But I wish she would have, not even for me, for other people, you know, because it's white folks down here was like, child, I'm in Columbia. I ride up to Charlotte to see me some Tay-Tay. And so, you know, when they go to these areas, I think the beauticians, the nail salon, the clothing, like people were buying outfits and shit like this, and hotels, car rentals, like shit just went through the roof. So it would not be surprising if a lot of the quote unquote uptick in the economy and people throwing money this summer had a lot to do with them touring.
That, you know what, that's white people news. I loved it. That was a good segment. We ended on Karen going on a rant because she loves Taylor Swift and we love to see it. Now let's move on down to the reggae section. Let's do some Guess the Race.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, guess the race time, Karen. You ready to go?
I am.
All right. You know the rules. I read an article. You guess the race of the people involved. The chat room plays along, and they're all races. A man dressed in a banana costume sought to slip out of police custody after being caught early yesterday urinating on a Key West sidewalk.
Oh.
After being flagged down about a man in a banana costume relieving himself on the side of a building across from a row of porta potties. So he meant that.
All the people like, I'm not using none of them porta potties.
I ain't getting none of that nasty piss on my banana suit. A Key West Police Department officer spotted Kyle Mortimer, 20, urinating on the sidewalk. Mortimer, a son of Massachusetts who attends the University of Miami, immediately fled toward Duval Street. Officer Michael Chaustit.
How fast are we going in this banana outfit? I don't think you'll be running that fast.
I don't know. It was moving. He had to peel on out of there. He identified himself.
Did they get a hold of him and beat the peeling off of him?
Yeah. That's what they did, Cam. He got away from the skin of his teeth. Okay. But yeah, so they immediately, I'm sorry. While he was zigzagging to prevent capture.
Zigzagging a big ass banana suit.
Right.
The fuck you gonna be zigzagging from?
What in the Reno 911?
I mean, bitch, you're yellow. Hey, you gonna stand out. I don't know if nobody informed you, unless you walking into, a sea full of millions, everybody gonna spot you.
A second cop grabbed him by the peel. Mortimer then twisted and pulled away. He even, before the cop used a leg sweep to knock him down. Even then, Mortimer interlaced his fingers and held them tightly together in a bid to stymie his handcuffing. After being collared around 1:20 a.m. in front of the Smoking Tuna Saloon.
Not the Smoking Tuna?
Yes, the Smoking Tuna. He was walked by the police nearby Old City Hall, where he was charged with.
Could you imagine somebody smoking tuna telling somebody, "Hey, dog, I think I see a banana." Nah, you drunk. Nah, dog, I really see a banana out there.
I mean, I can imagine the Smoking Tuna sounds like the bar in SpongeBob. Like
it does.
Like who lives in was it a pineapple under the sea close by to? But yeah, the Mortimer was walked by police to nearby Old City Hall, where he was charged with disorderly conduct and resistance arrest. Both misdemeanors, free on bond. He's scheduled for arraignment November 16th. Guess the race of Mr. Kyle Mortimer.
Oh, white.
Karen says, "Oh, white." All right, let's check the chat rooms and see what they're guessing. I'll give them a little second because I know it takes a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He should have split white. Oh, why did I miss that one? That's so easy. He had to piss out all that PBR white. A banana. I'm a banana. Look at me, white. Mortimer need a Rick. Morty need a Rick white. That was Banana Morty. They didn't tase him white. The correct answer is white. That peanut butter jelly time. Where he at? There he go. Did peanut butter jelly time people ever have a second hit? I feel like they had the one hit. Peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat.
So they just took the top off, took the head off.
Oh yeah,
so
and then they took the picture.
photo.
Yeah. Yep. He looks drunk and like he made some bad decisions.
Yes, a lot of bad decisions.
But, oh my God, what a ridiculous crime.
What you in for? Running through the street like a banana?
Right. You in your banana uniform in jail. That's what it means. He was in the holding in a banana uniform. Had to go see the judge and get released on his own recognizance in a banana uniform.
In that bright ass yellow uniform.
Right. Well, it's probably brown by then.
Yeah, they don't last long. Yeah, that's what happened when you get separated from the bunch.
Yeah. Now, he was in jail and he met some wafers. Okay, I heard they made this form a hell of a crime unit.
Come on,
the banana puddings. Yo, watch out! Banks in the local area. Banana pudding and them boys showing up.
Come on, banana pudding and them boys.
Oh man,
they coming to get you. Watch out, banana and them boys.
Banana pudding and them boys. This is like a Batman, like a horrible Batman villain.
Yeah.
The henchman is the wafers and banana is the motherfucking saying horrible puns to Batman and shit. Oh man. I'm sorry, Batman, but your appealing to my greater nature will not work.
I'm sorry, Batman, but you know it's always time to split.
I'm not putting up with this anymore.
Oh, it'd be terrible. Don't let him and the Joker, him and the Riddler get together. Oh my gosh, you're able to survive.
You know what they say? One rotten banana spoils the whole bunch. Target. A pervert gives cops a bizarre explanation for his public pleasure session.
Oh, snap.
Accused of pleasuring himself while walking around a Target store. Walking around it.
Not the Target.
Now that's a Walmart thing to do.
Yeah, you don't do this at the Target.
An Iowa man told cops he was not masturbating his actual penis, Rather,
Preacher was out.
Rather a dildo that he had in his shorts.
Oh, so he was jacking off in his pants.
No, he said, I don't think you're listening to the word I said.
Okay,
you were just too busy doing the Southern black woman reactions. You gotta listen to the words. An Iowa man told cops he was not masturbating his actual penis, but rather a dildo he had in his shorts. So he's walking around, people think he's jacking off, but he's actually jacking off a dildo, according to him.
And I guess my question was, is it out or is it in?
Oh, I mean, we will have to see.
Okay. So that's why I was
more
responding.
words to the article.
Okay, no problem.
This is a thing we do. Despite that convincing explanation, Deshaun Brown, 25, was busted for indecent exposure. According to the criminal
with the
complaint.
child, it was out. You know, Tajay got them good cameras. Their cameras always working. They don't be like, we got some fake shit up there. Tajay be like, no, here's the equipment. How far back you need to go? 3 years. We got all the footage.
Yeah, the little known thing, but you can jack off in the Walmart. They won't call. It's a bonus feature. They're just like, clean up on aisle 6. Got to spill semen. Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
They hang you a towel on the way in. The old people, the gritters, they're like, here you go. Get your jack off towel. Seen at the right, Brown, who lives a few blocks from the target in downtown Iowa City, was caught on camera earlier this month touching his clothed genitals as well as his exposed penis. So, Karen, you were right and wrong.
I was right and wrong.
He was doing it under the clothes and doing it over the clothes.
Okay.
He did it both ways.
And that's why I responded like that. Because what you said, I was trying to process. Like, was it in? Was it out? I'm confused.
Maybe it was under the clothes till it got erect enough. Then it was over the clothes. But then that belies the whole, it was a dildo thing, right? Because a dildo don't get hard or soft. When questioned by police about his Target stroll,
Stroll and Stroke.
Yeah, Target stroke. Stroll and Stroke. Yeah, that's good. Claimed to actually have been engaged with a stashed sex toy. However, cops noted video evidence suggests the phallic object in his hand was indeed connected to his person. So unless it was a strap, it was your penis.
Yes, because they be looking like, sir. We know real penis when we see one.
Yeah, it went from soft to hard. Okay. Now they have a half off sale, not a half mast sale. So you gonna go to jail.
Yes, go to the jail.
Charged with several misdemeanors and indecent exposure counts, Brown was released from custody last night after posting $3,000 bond. He is also facing a probation violation related to his sentencing earlier this year.
Oh no!
Karen, guess the race of Mr. Deshaun Brown.
Black child. If it's a white Deshaun, I would be shocked.
All right, let's check the cat.
You is a special snowflake. I clear.
All right, let's check the chat room. Black Deshaun in Iowa, according to Karen. Chat room is okay. Bullseye Black. Unfortunately, the name says this is black, but Iowa, well, embarrassing ancestors Black. Fake dick equals fake crime. Officer frat house Black. Nigga shit. The correct answer is black. I think the context clues is his name and the fact that his penis was big enough for him to think he could convince him it was a dildo. That's black. That's black. You know? And this water's deep too. All right. Let's go. Let's go to the bonus round.
The 1% of people had to be here, huh?
In Iowa.
It's motherfucking Iowa.
Oh, all right. Bonus round.
That bitch was white. I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggers. Just call them niggers.
It's time to get
Gold
the
teeth,
race.
gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey, big baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A married man, allegedly tried to hire a prostitute for a threesome with him and a miniature horse.
Okay.
Yeah. A Mary Washington State man has been busted for.
Did he walk up and like ride my pony?
My pony.
Yes.
He allegedly offered to pony up for a prostitute for a threesome with him and his miniature horse.
Did he come in riding the pony himself and be like, "Hey, 2 for 1"?
Jad Shipman, 48, ran afoul. They put a foe of the law for allegedly offering an online escort $440 to come to his Longview home and have sexual contact with him and his miniature horse, according to a probable cause affidavit. Now, how did police find out?
Because that person's like, this is too low. You going to jail. $450. They're like, you have to pay me more than that.
But so you think she told the police?
Yes.
Because $440 sounds like a good amount of money, was just not a good amount of money to fuck a horse.
No, it's not. This is insulting. I'm going to jail. I'm gonna tell on you.
Well, let's see what he wanted, Karen. Maybe you think for $440, what is it that you wouldn't do for $440? Because you seem very adamant that it's not enough money.
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't do anything. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. So maybe you're not the most reasonable person to ask. You don't want to have sex for money, so clearly you're not part of the game. Now, for me, $440, I would, there's some things I do for you, but I don't know how much I do for the horse. I'm not all in for the horse.
That's the thing, not for the horse. No.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
The cost of the brick is gonna be a little higher when you throw the horse.
What's the right amount, Karen?
I don't know.
Okay, so you don't. That's what it sounds like. You're not game. The right amount for me is actually less than $440. Okay, $250.
No, don't go down on the price of the brick.
Because this is what I do. Okay, you're not into this game.
I am not.
The have sex with horses for money game.
No, I am.
You don't know nothing about this. You don't come from this.
I don't know what the horse fucking rate is.
It's a miniature horse. It's a miniature horse for horse, first of all. So you don't even have to fuck like a full horse. So you already tripping, trying to act like $440 not enough.
Oh, so I'm crazy for not wanting to fuck the miniature horse.
What did we say about work earlier? It's not their responsibility for your mental health.
It's not, and he's not my employer either.
For $440, he's mine. Okay. I want, because that's at least a $60 tip, because he ain't gonna just give me $440. He gonna give me the full $500. Come on. I want to watch a gal eat out a miniature horse that I have while sitting on my male member. He allegedly wrote in a twisted message shared with the Vice Squad detectives. So you don't even have to fuck the horse, and it's a girl. Don't you feel silly now? You lost $500 potential dollars because of your assumptions about the kind of horse that will be involved in this sex, Karen. That's disgusting. To be so speciesist and homophobic because it's two girls. So now you also homophobic, Karen. Nice to know that about you.
I'm homophobic against the horses.
Yes, it's a girl horse.
Then yes, I am, because apparently he's done some things with the horse that he think is okay. I'm good.
It's a mare, so he gonna play Jagged Edge at the ceremony.
No, thank you.
Why don't we get mare? Read, the last two gals I asked said it was noticeably outside their comfort zone. So he don't give up. This is his third time.
He don't give up. So he's offered this before. See, I'm seeing other people like me that was I take the $450, but that's how he got up. No animals.
That's how he got up to $440.
Yeah, because everybody else was like,
he didn't start at $440. But I like that he didn't give up. Okay, he might be wanting you to fuck a horse, but he's stubborn as a mule. He said, "Well,
he don't have to be an ass about it."
He was eager to giddy up the exchange to take. That's worse than that's a terrible fun.
Yes, it is. Mine was better.
Yeah. To giddy up the exchange to take advantage of his marital home being empty. Oh, so his wife was out of town. He got one night to get down. So what you trying to do?
Now his wife realized that he's willing to do something strange for change, but he's the one spending the change, spending that change. Shit.
Shipman contacted the woman, only identified as Diane, through the TNA board, which is used for prostitution and other commercial sex purposes, the cop said. Well, you just introduced the TNA board to all of America. Nobody knows what the fuck that is.
Sure don't.
So now I gotta worry about fucking the listeners of the Blackout Tips going to jail trying to fuck horses and shit.
Don't do it, y'all.
Right.
Don't do it. Fuck them horses.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Last thing I need is Jail Covan and Cookie going to jail because they too influenced by the Blackout Tips.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Shipman used the site under the name the Malamute, a breed of dog known for its strength and size. Oh, he's a freak.
The fuck's a Malamute?
When the Bellevue Vice Squad called on his home, they found 2 miniature horses in the fields, which the accused fetish's wife Diane confirmed were both theirs. The couple bought the horses for $365,000 in 2019.
And you only want to pay $450.
Right. You know what, Karen? You right. He had it. I want at least $1,000 to eat this horse out. That's a good point.
That's reasonable.
During an interview, Shipman admitted to being TNA board user the Malamute, soliciting Diane to eat out or lick one of his miniature horse's private parts. I wonder if he ever asked his wife. I wonder, like, is this news to her, or did they show up and she was like, he's in the back? Is this about fucking a horse? Yes.
I bet you so. She's like, he keep talking to me about it. I tell him no. I haven't seen him do anything, but apparently he's been doing some shit and got caught.
He's in the back talking to the cops. I've never met those horses in my life. Those horses just walked into my backyard, and I don't know them.
Here's the receipt. Here's the breeder.
Right.
This is where we got him from. Go to jail, honey.
These are the horses. Shipman admitted to having prior sexual contact with animals.
I told you he was fucking them horses.
Yeah, you did say. I don't know how you guessed it.
It don't make sense.
Detective Karen over there. He also told investigators he chose Diane because she posted under the fetish section, and he hoped that she would be more agreeable to having sexual contact with him and his miniature horse. I promise Diane's fetish is some like, I'll step on your balls. She wasn't like, I'll eat a horse out. Who's that much of a fetishist? It's got to be his own board.
Like ropes, chains. Like we could do that, but horses was not a part of the agenda.
You got to go to farmersanimals.only.com to sign up for that.
Horses only, apparently.
Yeah. All right, Karen. Guess the race.
White.
All right. Karen's going with white on this one. Oh, wait a minute. I don't see this picture anymore.
Oh, shit. You have to Google the name?
Huh. It was on here. I saw it when I clicked on the shit. All right, I'll try to search for him again. But anyway, let's get to the answers in the chat.
Yeah, I guess so. This was...
Unfortunately, the name says black. Oh wait, no, scroll down. Sorry.
It's slow.
Get to the part where you asked. Oh wait, why am I not seeing what you asked everybody? You already asked everybody or no?
It's right up underneath right. It might be a slow updated.
I really don't see it. Oh, I see it. No, this is from Iowa, right? Fake dick, fake crime.
My little horny white.
Okay, I'm waiting. I'm trying to. I see it now.
Okay.
My little horny white. That's hilarious. Lowball and cheapskate who ain't thinking about the horse mental health, animal cruelty white. Though this white man stays on Old Town Road. I didn't know I couldn't do that white. Animal House for real white. Trigger white. Old McDonald fuck the horse white and white. Correct answer is white. Let's see. So I was trying to find this picture. It looked like they took it down. It was a white dude.
Oh shit now. Oh, but they took it down.
Yeah, and it was I saw it earlier. Wow. Man, he gotta be white. Now I know he white. They took the fucking picture down.
Yeah, that shit screwed.
They only do that for white people and cops.
They scrub your shit off the internet.
Or they just be like, a police officer stepped on somebody's face and shot him in the head. And you like, wow. But no, there's a picture of some handcuffs. Like, wait a minute.
These look photoshopped. I don't get this.
All right. Except for when them black cops beat up that dude in Tennessee. They had their pictures before anything happened. It was like, here the video, everything. They did it. Bye. They going to jail. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to the final thing. Sword ratchetness. A sword-wielding man. A sword-wielding
Hello?
man.
We got an incoming call. Can't be rude.
A sword-wielding man walks into Michigan police station, threatens front desk officer.
Oh shit!
This is not the same as the story we covered in the past. This is a new story.
No, somebody that minding their business.
Yeah. What?
Somebody come in, next thing you know, they got a sword in their face.
Go directly to jail. You literally can go directly to the jail. You're already there.
You are already here. Over to the left.
I guess
Who went into a police station and threatened to kill officers.
A 33-year-old man is now in custody, but earlier this morning he walks into the Warren Police Department waving a 3-foot-long sword and yelling, CIA, CIA. Well, the man leaves, but Warren Police Commissioner Bill Dwyer says they know this guy.
See, he's just, kind of like the sword man now. That's the nickname that is floating around. But seriously speaking, I mean, he's someone that really needs help. And fortunately that we didn't have to take any action this morning as far as any physical action with him, but we will have him committed.
And again, that man is now in police custody. Luckily, no injuries to any of the officers or anyone. Again, that man will now undergo a mental health assessment.
And I blame Netflix.
Yeah. I give them credit. They was like, yeah, we're going to be sure he gets the help he needs. There's something wrong here. And you didn't hear about them shooting him.
They probably gave him some wood shampoo in the back.
I don't want you to do that either, but at least they ain't be like, we shot him dead.
This time. All right, y'all. That's it. We'll be back tomorrow with our Walking Dead recap. Until then, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.